Welcome to another mini episode of Roll or Die, special episode with myself and co-host Brent over here at Las Vegas in the wake of the 2025 IBJJF World Masters, where we are proud to say that your hosts managed to secure podium finishes, both of us. Brentos in the Purple Belt Master 5 lightweight division, silver medal, epic performance, and myself in the Masters 5 featherweight black belt division. So yay us. So we thought we would take the opportunity to do a little bit of a mini episode about our journey and give you guys a bit of an insight into what went on both in the preparation and at the event. So
let's do it. Yeah. So I got questions for you. So when did you decide that you were going to come over and do World Masters? And then from that decision, what did your prep look like?
So I'd done this event previously in 2018 as a brown belt, had a terrible outcome, had trained my butt off for it, really had high aspirations, as we all do, and unfortunately lost in the first round. So after that, I was pretty, always at the back of my mind thinking, geez, I'd like to go back and give it another crack. But I guess Australia is so far away from where this is in Vegas. And yeah, just, competing and things like that. Did I really want to do it? But yeah, when I joined Dominance last year, I thought, you know what, I think maybe now's the time. Let's go and give it another crack. So thought about doing it last year, but didn't. And so the goal was always to come, this year, 2025. So yeah, from about the beginning of the year, made that goal. And I started cutting weight to get down to featherweight probably 3 months out from this comp, just so that I could sit at the top of the weight class rather than further down in the division above. And then I just started ramping up my training and got the ball rolling. How about you?
Yeah, I probably decided when I lost last year that I need to come back and do it again. So this is my third year doing World Masters. I'd never won 2 matches in a row over here, so both times I'd won my first match, and then both times I was ahead in the second match, and then little errors cost me going forward further. So I'd never podiumed here, never won 2 matches. So for me, coming back after that loss, every time you lose, I think it sort of ignites something in you. And I remember last year basically getting off the plane back in Melbourne and going to the gym that afternoon and practicing the thing that I made the mistake in. So for me, it was pretty instant that I wanted to come back. But this year I came back at lightweight instead of middleweight, which I usually compete at. And then my prep for that probably started around May, just slowly losing or cutting down a little bit. And then bit by bit, I got down and then made lightweight for nationals, which was my plan. And then made lightweight pretty comfortably here as well. So the actual weight cut wasn't too bad for me. I think it's one of those things you set your mind to it and you can achieve it pretty comfortably, right? So I think we both did that really, really well. How did you find the nerves of sort of getting on the plane and coming over, like before the competition? So let's talk about, it's a travel time for us, I think, in total, because Kim and I came over together with Theo. And I think the total travel time from when we woke up to when we went to bed that night was about 36 or more hours. Like, you don't sleep on a plane unless you're a super lucky person. And we weren't. We had delays at Melbourne Airport, which extended it. And then we drove from LA to Vegas, which is a beautiful drive.
But we managed even to get direct flight. So that was still like that 36 hours is still with just from Melbourne straight to LAX.
Yeah.
There's about a 5-hour drive or so to Vegas. You can fly it, but as it worked out, we were lucky we didn't book a connecting flight because of our delay and all of that. So, and we needed a car when we were here in Vegas anyway. So, yeah, we arrived, probably 10 days out from the comp, a week or so out from the comp, just so that we could adjust to the time zone, because we're kind of upside down to the US. We found that, some people can come straight off the plane and compete the next day. personally, I feel like as you get older, that sort of thing is less and less likely. So as a Masters 5, maybe so the decision was made that we would come like a week out, and we were lucky enough to be able to train at Alliance Las Vegas and do their camp with Michael Lange, which involved 5 days just prior to the tournament, 2-hour sessions, and usually around an hour of technique and then an hour of rolling. And that was a really, really cool experience, really great opportunity to meet people from all over. Many of them were competing at the tournament, and that sort of held us, I think, in good stead as well to really just fine tune those details before the big event at the comp.
Yeah. The seminar itself, run by Michael Lange, phenomenal coach. The way that he put his seminar and what he was talking about was he was saying he's going to be teaching white belt techniques with black belt details, and to me that's exactly what he did. I found for me the details and the things that we covered, I was lucky enough that I could implement those into my game straight away, and managed to also hit a couple of those things that he spoke about in competition. So doing a camp, sometimes you're either going to learn something that you can implement, or maybe it might not be as relevant for you. But I find this camp that with Michael Lange was perfect for me. Super welcoming, very, very nice person, really good, enthusiastic sort of guy, and his brother Michelle was there too, and they rolled with everybody, which was really nice as well. But their jiu-jitsu's, both of them are beautiful jiu-jitsu, and the details, for me being a purple belt, were exquisite. But our coach Lincoln, I was asking him each day, did you pick things up? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, and you did too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the camp itself for those 5 days for me was what I needed. Good technique, light-hearted sort of room. Alliance BJJ here in Vegas, run by Hector, who's also a really, really nice guy, very accomplished person in his own right. Super welcoming room. So if you ever get the chance to come up, definitely come and train with those guys there.
Yeah, and also another thing with traveling, I guess anywhere, it's just really cool. You get to meet people from kind of all over the world, and I feel like for me anyway, it really embodies that jiu-jitsu community kind of feel, which I know for a few of us is really awesome part of why we do jiu-jitsu. So I think that's another thing not to overlook when considering, do I look at maybe going overseas to compete? Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Like you'll make friends like all around the world, and it's just a really awesome kind of connection thing. Like whatever happens in the outcome of the comp, like I feel like I've always got that as a thing that's come about as a result of me doing this comp. So yeah, have a think about getting out there and competing internationally, because it so levels up your game as well. Like you just have a kind of goal that you're working towards. And look, as I said, it's 7 years since I've done this tournament, but just the level of intensity at the tournament itself, I can't really kind of explain. But yeah, I feel like any mistake that you make at that level is going to be capitalized on. So it's a really kind of, you've really got to be on, and anything, that goes astray, then that's it. Sorry, you're out. Mistake submitted.
Before we get to your matches, Kim, I think I agree with exactly what you just said. I think one of the things to remember, though, is anyone can do this tournament. You don't have to be a professional athlete. You can be hobbyists, enthusiasts, and come over and do it. And I think by just setting that goal and being able to come over and just test yourself, I think Australian Jiu-Jitsu and what we are doing in and around Australia and New Zealand, we are doing an amazing job in Jiu-Jitsu. Our Jiu-Jitsu stands up to the people over here. As you can see by our medals and some of the other Australians and New Zealanders who came over and won gold and podiumed and got medals. So the Jiu-Jitsu that we are actually doing stands up internationally, which is a really, really good thing to know.
Yeah.
So don't sit there and go, well, I'm from Australia and I'm a 2-stripe blue belt, I won't be able to do it. Like if you want to have a go, like just do it. It's a phenomenal time. You meet amazing people, as Kim said, and the atmosphere at World Masters when there's 12,500 people like just registered, it's amazing, you know. And the legit goats of jiu-jitsu, like the Hall of Famers, these people are walking around the room. You can stop and say hello. You see these guys compete. Like, that's cool.
100%. I was in the bathroom and Brianna Steve Marie stood behind me, you know, I took a selfie with her, had conversation, and then I'm in the warm-up area with Clark Gracie next to me warming up his student. I'm sitting in the black belt pen area, and I've got Cyborg on one side and Rafael Lovato Jr. on the other. It's kind of a bit of a surreal experience, but it's awesome. Like, everyone there is so friendly and welcoming, and I don't know, it's kind of, if you've competed or been at the Pan Packs, it's kind of like a really big Pan Packs, but it's kind of times 10 type of thing. So, it really, the buzz is real. So, we, it's a 3-day tournament. Nobody from our team, we had 6 dominance competitors entered, and no one was on the first day. We just went there on that the Thursday and sussed out the venue, like where's your mats? Where's your bullpen? Because the thing is, it's a really large tournament. There's a Jiu-Jitsu con event on, which is for people under the age of 30 and for kids, as well as the Masters event. So there's 60 mats and lots of different kind of areas or zones that you need to go into. So it's huge. As Brentos said, 12,500 entrants. So, we were, like I said, just sussing out the venue on the first day. Second day, we had a lot of our team on. Unfortunately for us, our coach Lincoln time kind of clashed with Jamie and Ellen, 2 of our students. He managed to coach Jamie's match. Then he had to go and warm himself up and get himself ready. So they were on in the morning, finished their matches. Ellen, our teammate, secured bronze in her division, medium heavy, master 1 purple. So I was on around 4 p.m. So, anybody that's competed will know that sometimes those times are fluid. So you're sort of like, you're checking the internet, like your website, running ahead. Okay, yep, go. Oh, no, still not ready, whatever. Did my warm-up with my teammate Jamie, as well as my own kind of solo drills. Went into the bullpen. Was a little bit stressed about my weight because I had cut weight and I was on at sort of 4 p.m. in the afternoon. That wasn't great. But, in the end, got there, made the weight. Went out there onto the mats for my quarterfinal, and I was lucky enough to do pretty much as my game plan was in my head, and managed to get the win on points on that one, which was great. And then I faced in the semi-final the number 1 seed, who also is the Brasileiro champion. What can I say? She pretty much, I think I entered straight into her game. She was a featherweight who felt like a heavyweight. Anyone who's rolled with me will know that I don't mind a bit of pressure. I hope you live underneath, but this was like pressure that I've never really felt before. So that wasn't ideal. So I lost that one on points, but I've got to say, to me, she was better than me. I can't say that she had a good day and I was unlucky or whatever. Like, that I left it all out there on the mat. I did, as best as I could. I prepared as well as I can, and I gave it my all. But at the end of the day, she was better than me, and so she went on to the final, which she ended up winning. So, bronze medal for me, which, I'm wrapped with.
And she got an early lead points-wise on you, but you didn't quit, and you still came up at the end and got points, like your tenacity showed through massively, Kim. And I think for us, your teammates who were there supporting and everybody watching back home online, like that really stood out to us as well. Like, we know that you don't quit, right? That's obvious. That's why you're a black belt, right? So, but to watch you deal with that, and then lesser people could have easily stopped and just gone, oh well, that's the match. But even with 30, 40 seconds to go in the match, you just kept going and kept going, and came up, got points. So that sort of thing was amazing to watch. So
no, 100%,
absolutely deserved that podium.
So tell us about
We
your
go back again.
your prep. Yours.
Mine was good. So weight was good. I was pretty confident with my weight and where I was. I've worked out a really good meal plan for me and what works for me, which was good. Same sort of scenario. I had a 3:00 match, which was on the Saturday. So Kim competed Friday. I was up on Saturday around about 3:30. So breakfast, managed to have lunch here. Got to the venue, about 3.5 hours before the match, which was good for me. Walk around, settle the nerves, watch a couple of matches. Had a really good warm up again, like with our teammate Jamie, who was a superstar. My warm up felt really good. I felt really good in the warm up, which was nice. Massive butterflies just before, or during the warm up. But once I was in the bullpen, for me, it was like, yeah, okay, now I'm good to go. So, which was nice. My first match, I had a guy from Russia who's via Portugal, lives in Portugal. I got to my spots really quick and had a really good quick cross collar choke submission. I think in about 35 seconds or something like that. So that's like the perfect way to start a division like that, because it's 5 matches for me to gold. So first match out of the way, which was good. Second match, I won that by walkover. The guy didn't show. The third match, I pulled guard, swept straight away, came up past side control mount and just stayed on mount, which was nice. So I won that one on points. The third match was fourth match was a tough one, which was the semi-final. I was pretty stoked knowing at that match that I was on the podium, but it was also really important for me to switch and go, but there's more. And that was a hard match, but sort of same thing, got to my spot pretty comfortably. And I couldn't finish the match the way I wanted to. It ended up going to ref's decision, which I won. But
Brentos was attacking the whole time. This poor dude was in his closed guard and could not get out. And Brentos was just attacking, the submissions all the time. But I think your grips were pretty cooked by then, yeah?
Yeah, my grips were so cooked. Right at the end, I had my right hand deep in his collar, and I could hear my coach Link sort of saying, like, cross collar. And to be honest, I literally put my left hand on his shoulder blade and pretended that I was trying to choke him because I couldn't grip him. My grips were that gone. So that was good. And then I was through to the final. And as soon as I walked off the mat, the guys were like, 10 minutes and you're on again. So I said, mate, I've come from Australia. I've come from miles away. Like, can I have a bit more time? And the guy goes, no, 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. So walk back to the bullpen. And by this time, there's no one around. Like, it's empty. It was like literally the last match of the day before, like, open weight. Yeah. So I spent, 7 minutes in the bullpen. And then by the time I kind of walked down, because we had to change mats, by the time I walked down, basically got there and we're walking straight on. I deviated slightly from our game plan, because I honestly felt my grips were gone. But that was all right. Like, these things happen, and he pulled. I just started passing straight away. I got 2 really close passes, which I got advantages for. Almost got past, almost consolidated. But in Jiu Jitsu, almost isn't good enough. And he managed to grab an arm and armbarred me with 90 seconds to go while I was up. And he'd managed to do that to a couple of his opponents. So his game was very, very good. And so he ended up winning the gold. I got the silver, which I'm really proud of, and he got promoted on the podium to brown belt, which is really cool for him too. So Hector was a really nice bloke. So
this division of Brent's as well, just to interrupt, was like top notch. Lincoln and I were there watching most of them. There was a 24-man bracket, I think, like a huge division for numbers for Masters 5 competitors, that I think. And they were like so technical, so good. And Brent was just on fire. So I've known it for a while, that training, that he's been just sharp and just on point. So I'm really so happy that you've like achieved this result, you know, as a result of all your work, because I just know how much effort's gone into it. So I think we just wanted to share this with you guys. So, you know, a little bit kind of like, I don't know if I speak for Brent, but I feel like if we can do it, you guys can do it. Like, you know, we're just a couple of people in our 50s. So anyone listening out there, particularly those in their 30s and early 40s, like, give it a go. Like, get out there. There's some really good benefits to come of it, both with your jiu-jitsu and, you know, off the mat in terms of meeting other people and experiencing other countries and other cultures. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we wanted to say today.
If you're into jiu-jitsu, which if you're listening to this, I presume that you are, if you can, try to make it a goal to come over for this. It doesn't have to be expensive, you know, like flights and accommodation you can do relatively easily, and then, you know, prepare all your own meals and that sort of thing, save you money. But the experience of actually coming to do like an international competition like this one, having that goal, I think number one, it improves your jiu-jitsu massively, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's something that's important, and giving you the focus and something to do. But being around all of these like-minded people, it's one of the coolest feelings you'll get in jiu-jitsu. You know, if you've done local comps, you'll know what that feels like. But on the world masters scene, it's a truly cool feeling. So, and you know, we're absolutely grateful for all the coaches and help from our teammates and the support that we've got from you guys, the Roll or Die listeners, because you guys have messaged us. The support you've shown, especially Kim, you guys have just really been amazing, you know. So, as you know, the new co-host of Roll or Die, like Kim, congratulations, it's been amazing. I think your journey over the last 18 months, 2 years of jiu-jitsu has been really, really cool to be a part of. And to all of our listeners, thank you for your ever growing support and ongoing support. We definitely notice it. We see it on social media. We see your posts. We love the thanks and all of the appreciation that you guys give us. So to come out and do something as the Roll or Die team, it's very special for us, you know?
Yeah. I think, that's pretty much all we have for today. So,
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. You don't have to share this one, but, you know, maybe you do, and then somebody picks it up and goes, you know what, I'm going to go and do that too.
Yes.
So these are our medals. Tell you what, they're bloody heavy. I'm going to take mine off. It's sore around my neck.
Okay.
We'll see you next time, legends.
See ya. Bye-bye.